In this video, we will cover the steps required to begin building an application. To build a new application, click on the Build App module in AgilePoint's portal menu. On the Build Apps Application Explorer screen, you have two ways to begin building your application. The first way is by clicking on the New icon in the My Applications menu, which is located at the top of the right column. Clicking New will display the new application window where you can enter the application name, language, and any comments that you wish to include. The second way is by clicking on the Add App button, which is in the Build an App section of the right column. Clicking the Add App button will display the new application window where you will enter the application name, language, and comments. In the new application window, enter the name for your application in the application name text box. Next is the language select box. By clicking on the select box, it will display a drop-down list of available languages that you can use in AgilePoint. Selecting a language will close the drop-down list and display your selection in the select box. The default selection automatically selects the default language for your application, which is English. The application description is where you can include a description of your application, what it does, and so forth. The application description is optional and is not required to continue building your application and can therefore be left blank. In the bottom right corner, you have the Next and Cancel buttons. If you click the Cancel button, it will end the building of your new application, discard any information you had entered, and close the new application window, returning you to the Build Apps Application Explorer screen. When you have finished entering the information in the new application window, click the Next button to continue. Clicking Next will take you to the new Process Model window. Here you will enter the information to create a new process model for your application. Enter a name for your process model in the Process Model Name text box. Next is the process description, and this is for adding a description of your process. The process description is optional and not required to continue building your application process model. Therefore, it can be left blank. Then you have the Process Triggered By select box. Clicking on the select box will display a drop-down list giving you these options. eForms. This is used when you want your process to start when the user submits a form made with eForms. External forms. This is used when you want your process to start when a user submits a form that is made with a form technology other than eForms, such as Java or ASP.NET. Message event. This is used when you want your process start to be triggered by an event, such as when an email account receives an email, or as when a scheduler triggers an event. System integration. This is used to start your process when a specified event happens in an external system, such as Salesforce or a database. Parent process. This is used when the process is a child or subprocess to another process. Your process starts when an event happens in a parent process. SharePoint. This is used when you want a process to start when a specific event happens inside of SharePoint. For example, if a user creates a list or a list item or drops a document into SharePoint. InfoPath Form Services. This is used when you want your process to start when a specified event happens in SharePoint on premises. For example, a user submits a form. And Salesforce. This is used when you want your process to start when a specified event happens in Salesforce. For example, a user creates an entity. Because we are just getting started building applications, we are going to select eForms as our means for starting the process. The number of swim lanes is next. This is to specify the number of swim lanes to be added to the Process Builder screen, and it is used to help organize the steps of your process. A value from 0 to 20 can be entered in the number box. For this example, we are going to use just one swim lane. You can always add more swim lanes later. The Choose Theme button is for specifying a theme for your process model. By clicking the button, you will display the Choose Process Model Theme window. In the Choose Process Model Theme window, you will have 50 different color theme options to choose from. To choose a theme, scroll through the different color options, find the color of your choice, and click on it. A check mark will appear on the right side of the theme color box, indicating your selection. Once the color has been selected, click the OK button to apply the color to your process model. This will close the Choose Process Model theme window and return you to the New Process Model window, where you can finish entering all the needed information. If you look to the right of the Change Theme button, you will notice the color that was selected and the theme number are displayed. If you decide the theme color is not the right color for your process model, or you just want to remove the theme color, click the X that is displayed on the right side of the theme color box. This will remove the theme color and return your process model to the default colors. If you want to apply a different color, you can click the Choose Theme button to reopen the Choose Process Model theme window and start the theme selection over. On the right side of the New Process Model window, you will notice two choices on how to display the swim lanes in your process model. Horizontal shows the swim lanes from left to right, and vertical shows the swim lanes from top to bottom. When you have finished entering the information in the New Process Model window, you have three buttons to choose from. Previous will take you back to the New Application window where you can add a comment. The application name and language fields cannot be edited. The Finish button will save and complete the initial setup of the process model and open the Process Builder screen where you will begin building your application's process. Cancel will cancel the New Process Model window and delete the information that was entered. Let's now click the Finish button to continue building our process. This takes you to the Process Builder screen, which is divided into two columns, with the Process Builder menu at the top. The left column is where you will find the Activity Library, which will contain the activities you will use to build your application's process. The right column is the canvas where your process model is displayed, where you will add the activities from the left column. To start building your process, let's go to your Activity Library and click on the eForms Activity Stencil tab. This will display all the available activities associated with that stencil. We are going to the eForms Activity Stencil tab because when we created this process, we selected that it would be started by using an eForm. eForms are web-based forms made with AgilePoint NX eForm Builder. The Start Task activity is an activity that will show an eForm when the participant starts the process. You would use this Start Task activity when building a process that is triggered by an eForm. To add the Start Task activity to your swim lane, hover over it, click and hold your left mouse button, and drag your activity to the swim lane just past the Start icon. As you drag the activity to your swim lane, a square dotted line will be displayed. This represents the outline of the activity and where it will be placed on your swim lane. When the swim lane turns green, release your left mouse button to drop the Start Task activity and set it on the swim lane. When the activity has been set on the swim lane, the Start Task configuration window will be displayed. Here is where you will begin the creation of a human task with an eForm. In the bottom right corner of the Start Task configuration window, there are three buttons: Next, OK, and Cancel. The only button that can be selected is Cancel. If you were to click the Cancel button, it would close this window and return you to the Process Builder screen. As you can see, the only other option is Add New Form. As you build your application, forms will be listed here. Selecting the Add New Form option will open the Form Details window where you can enter a name for your form in the Form Name text box. The form description is where you can include a description of your form, what it does, and so forth. The form description is optional and not required to continue building your process model and can therefore be left blank. When you have finished entering the information, you will see two buttons, Next and Cancel, in the bottom right corner. We will click Next to open the Choose Form Layout screen, where you will have Blank Form as an option, and it will automatically be selected. As you build forms in your application, they will be listed here. In the bottom right corner of the Choose Form Layout window, there are three buttons: Previous, Finish, and Cancel. The Previous button will take you back to the Form Details window, where you can change the form name and enter or change the form description. Cancel will close the Choose Form Layout window and return you to the Start Task Configuration window, and the Finish button will save your new form information and open the eForm Builder screen, where you will begin to build your application's first eForm. This completes the review of how to start building an application.